Yeah, you want to go to the latest one. We good? Okay, so how we doing this shit? Got this. I just want to get this. Oh, no, I don't believe in sandwiches. Okay, I'm moving on over to the Hangouts, guys. I'll talk to you guys over there. Where Google Hangouts is just a hassle at this point, man. It's like it doesn't even need to be this difficult to get people in here.
When does this crap officially shut down?
I don't know, but I know it's this year. They keep giving me the notification. So I'm moving everything over to Discord as far as our chats. It's not many of us, but I hope it'll be more members, you know.
There goes Adam Morse.
We got Adam Moore in here.
Just listening to somebody talk about fucking rounders.
Oh, God. I don't like this.
You do understand, Smack. That's a sport that British kids fucking play. It's like budget baseball.
Rounder is a real thing.
Rounders.
Oh,
it's like a petty fucking version of fucking baseball, bro.
Well, this is gonna be a good fucking hangout.
Hey guys, let's play rounders. It's gonna be so fun.
Looking at my neck.
The fucking bat looks like something out of a fucking cartoon where they smack the Looney Tunes. It looks like that. Fucking ass. Fucking dick.
Exactly. Oh boy, I gotta make sure we got.
When I was a teenager, bro, me and my boys, all the boys used to always check out the girls in the little skimpy little fucking PE outfits. It's the only good thing about my school.
Oh, y'all had those Japanese
those bullshit skimpy outfits, man. Like we had the most skinniest fucked up legs, bro, as kids. I hate the fucking school uniforms that we. Well, okay. No, we didn't have school uniforms actually. We're good. We're good. Anyway,
you know what we did have? We had the top
chicken.
I'm just gonna introduce us. My name is JayTech. You guys already know me. We got Boca Loca here. He does all types of things: smoking weed, has a cat, baseball, video games exclusives. Adam is fucking a legend as far as getting us the information for this podcast for going on over a year now. Just making sure we have the information for the podcast and
live on through me.
Yeah, just everything. So thank you guys for being here from the beginning. I don't know if somebody's coming. I know Big Money's on his way. I think Lincoln might be on his way, and
looking for rounders.
We can have substitute panel members. So if anybody's been watching a podcast, if you want to, come in here and talk about some of the stuff you saw through the week, you're open to do that. We're me and Yella. We are also thinking about making a new podcast, not a hangout version, but another podcast where we talk about nostalgia. We talk about older games from the 90s and 80s, music, and everything that we grew up liking. So we're working on that. We're going to work on a name, and we're going to also try to find a good day and time where we can do a nice 30 to hour only hangout. Podcast where we talk about nostalgia. So these are the things we're working on. A lot of news is about to go down. We have a Japanese, what is it called? Tokyo Festival, the Tokyo PlayStation Festival.
Tokyo PlayStation Festival, yes.
Yeah, it's going to be taking place at 11 o'clock in the morning Japan time, which is 10 o'clock in the evening my time, and 3 o'clock in the morning Adam's time. Yeah. So basically at 10 o'clock on the internet, shit's gonna start going off. There's gonna be a lot of information. Now we don't know what Sony's gonna show off because they've been quiet about this. The only thing we know is that they did talk about Ape Escape before they announced that they were gonna have this conference. So they're definitely gonna have something Ape Escape related. But I don't think this conference is specifically about Ape Escape because the way that the stage is set up, it's just like a big PlayStation conference, just a normal PlayStation conference. It doesn't typically have like Ape Escape and bananas and shit like that. So it's gonna be crazy, and it's probably their last Tokyo Game Show until next year. When they reveal the PS5 officially. So a lot of shit's about to go down. So we got enough people in here to talk. I'm gonna be floating around the Discord link. So the PlayStation Legion Discord is still the same. It never went away. I just had to remove a lot of trolls. But we're gonna get this shit started. Adam, let's talk about that one topic that you said you didn't want to spend a lot of time on.
Oh, wait. Oh, the smoking one. Yeah, let's just get that one out of the way, because
real quick.
Because obviously the first time I heard about this was the Stranger Things, aspect where they talked. Nothing. The creators of the show, of all the writers, mentioned that Hopper's not going to be smoking in the series, like as what he normally does. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't really think much about it, but this is the thing for me anyway with this topic. I didn't know what the fuck this was about. Like, I just thought it was a random thing that just popped up, and it wasn't. It was actually to do with apparently some awareness thing that some tobacco companies are doing, or some sort of companies that are doing it. I don't know. And obviously, the next time I saw it was the whole Gears, which was yesterday, or it was Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And as we talked about yesterday, Jay, when we were speaking about it, Rob Ferguson comes out and he says that he's not going to be put into this game, which is Gears 5. And to be honest, first of all, I'm fine with the aspect of him coming out and saying that, there's not going to be any smoke in the game. It's also the sense of, I don't see why he needed to go and do that, because the fact of the matter is there has not been any Gears characters, technically, that have fucking smoked in that game. Like, no character. I actually looked up yesterday to see, so I said Marcus Phoenix and Hoffman. For some reason, I thought they smoked cigars or something like that. Turns out they didn't.
Okay, so this is what I wanted to explain to you. He said that ever since Gears of War 2, the people that were depicted as smoking, when the final product came out, he made it so that they weren't smoking. So there were some promotional pictures or cinematic images of some of the characters or in-game images.
Barrack.
Where they were smoking, but in the final product of the game, they weren't smoking. This is something you could have kept to yourself and you never had to tell the public, because it didn't matter. Nobody really cared if it was smoking in a game. But for you to try to make a political statement about it is what's pissing a lot of people off. And we're going to go and share our screen a little bit earlier. But I definitely want everybody to understand that after this shit happened, there's a movement on Twitter called Smashbox. And in Smashbox, this guy is promising to give everybody a PS4 if they smash their Xbox One on camera and send the video to him. There has been a lot of people. I lost track how many people, but a lot of people have actually been smashing their Xboxes, shooting their Xboxes, hitting it with
shooting.
Yeah, somebody took a shotgun to their Xbox.
Wow.
Yeah. And you know what was funny? The majority of the people had the original Xbox One, not the Slim, not the disc ones, not the Xbox One X. They had the original big fat Xbox. That's something fucking scary when you think about it, because that means people did not go out and buy a second Xbox this generation, as though when they were doing it last gen, they had to buy 2 and 3, maybe even more Xbox 360s. But it seems like this generation, a lot of people stuck with your basic Xbox, so they're not playing in the best resolution. A lot of them. So the people that want to brag about having a better or more powerful system, the majority of their community didn't actually upgrade. So if they didn't,
what they should be. I mean, we talked about this a few times, man. Like I bought a Pro because I knew that in some factor that PS5 will be around the corner. That's my reason, but. I do feel there have been times where if I had the money, I would buy a Pro, because we have had Gears, we've had not Gears, sorry, We had God of War, we had Horizon, we've had, well, this obviously was after, actually. But, we have Spider-Man, we have, obviously, Last of Us coming out, we've got Death Stranding coming out. There have been games that, for instance, for the Pro anyway, that have been interesting for me, where I'm thinking, should I go and buy a Pro? Should I invest in one? It's like, maybe not, because, next year, for instance, we're going to be getting 5. And obviously, that's going to be my way into the powerful system at that point, But yeah, like with the X, I mean, we see what they did with the X. Like they put it out there, that's fine. The whole 4K thing, that's fine again. But like again, it's how many people are going to buy an Xbox for One X and be like, okay, I feel good about that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I feel like because there's not a lot of games.
Big Money, that's you?
Yeah, that's me. I'm sorry, man.
Okay, Adam, keep talking. Big Money, welcome. And I'm about to go share the screen so we can go look at some of these videos together of people smoking.
I mean, the thing is, we're talking about the smoking aspect. And for me, right, I'm all good with people. I'm all good with developers going out on a cause, whether it's like, LBGT, what the fuck, like gay shit. Or like any other thing, alcohol, fucking gun, whatever, right?
That's the thing. I don't really mind if it's in a video game, right?
I don't
as
mind
long as
it, right? But it's a sense of you do not need to come out and vocal that stuff. You just don't like. You have no need. You don't need to. And obviously, like, I would rather see a developer be like, listen, we're not going to talk about this because we're too busy trying to finish this fucking game. And when it comes to Gears, if I'm being honest, ever since E3 this year, like, after what we got as reception-wise for Gears of War 5, I have not been pleased on how they fucking have demonstrated this game. Like, I was expecting campaign from that game. Solid gameplay on stage. Didn't happen. They did it behind the whole closed doors thing. Then it's a sense of we find out what they're going to be doing. So it's like this new Horde mode. Then they're going to do Versus mode, which is multiplayer. Then they're going to do Horde mode. I think they're introducing something in Gamescom. And then
okay. Are you seeing what I'm showing you right now?
Yeah, I see it. But,
okay, so what I want to do is I want to zoom in 85,000%. So we can.
The last part to what I'm just want to say, man, is they're showing off the campaign the night before, I think it is, or 2 days before the release of the game. I'm like, that puts me off in a sense.
Now this guy has a white Xbox and a normal classic Xbox, and he threw them off the roof, and he's smashing. And this was a little boy, so he had the Slim, but he had the original Xbox, the first Xbox ever created. He's smashing the Xbox One, and he's also smashing the original Xbox.
Wait, is that
so people are really doing this challenge. It's called Smashbox. You smash your Xbox
because the original Xbox.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah, this is the original Xbox One. He's using seems like an axe to chop it in half.
That's the original Xbox. I can see that's easily the original Xbox with that, because I can see the two-tone on the top where the fan is.
Damn, how long has this been going out? How long has this challenge been out?
Okay, so listen, when the guy said no smoking, you're pissing off the weed community. He said no depictions of smoking. He never actually said cigarettes. And the majority of people that smoke these days, what are you talking about? You're talking about weed, right? So it was a black rapper guy that took offense to this, and he says, if you smash your Xbox One, I'm sending you a PS4. Just send me a video. And everybody just start smashing their Xbox Ones.
I mean, I put my point forward really clear yesterday night, Jay, when I said
Xbox One. Nobody actually has the Xbox One X.
I think I put my point forward like yesterday when we were talking with Yella, man. Like when it comes, it wasn't Yella, it was McNeil. Like when it comes down to like just basic overall learning as a fucking being.
Oh, this guy has an Xbox 360. Okay, never mind.
You know, if you like, for instance, if when you know, like, if you want to like prepare your kids for drinking, smoking, the only way they're gonna learn is by doing it, right? You know,
Exactly.
you can't bloody well shield your whatever, you know, your kids for that long, bro. Like sooner or later, they're gonna pick up a bottle or they're gonna pick up a cigarette and they're gonna try it for themselves.
I'm telling you, people really don't like Xbox.
It's not
to
just
be able to be
drink,
doing this.
Overall shit.
I'm trying to figure out where the guy was that did it. Like, what the fuck, bro?
You know, it's human nature to learn these things. You can't prep something. You can't always prep something.
There are some people like smashing. Oh, wait up. Some people are smashing the Xbox 360, but this one, look at this. This is the original Xbox One, and it was on fire. He kicked it off the roof. Like, people are this. If I was Microsoft and I saw this the day after we said no
overkill, if I'm being honest, man, that this is an actual thing and this is all to do. I mean, is this only to do with
the smoking?
Is this only to do with the smoking, or is there something else?
Most of these videos are 20 plus hours ago. This video was 24 hours ago. This actually happened in response to no smoking.
All right. I didn't want to ask, man, because the fact that is like,
no way they would have did this if Gears was gonna be.
Obviously, for me, I wouldn't do that to my console if that shit was a thing, bro. I'm sorry, I just wouldn't.
Well, the guy is promising to give you a PS4, so obviously these guys.
Which rapper is it? Did they say? Do you know which rapper that said that?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try to go find out where is it.
I'm doing a standard PlayStation though.
Okay. Hold on. This is the one I wanted to show you. He took the shotgun. I got the rapper up there, but this is the one with the shotgun. So I want you to see this one.
Okay.
Why are you zoomed in so much on your thing, bro?
Because I want you to fucking see it. I know that you don't eat see. So he shot it one time, and he's going to shoot it again. People are tired of Microsoft, obviously. And if they can get a free PS4, it's like, hey, yours was the one game that Microsoft had. You never had anything about smoking, bro. You should have shut your fucking mouth.
I just think that it's a bit overkill. I'm just if I'm voicing an opinion, like
it is a little bit overkill.
Like that shit about smoking, and that be the reaction. That's ridiculous.
This is the guy that said it. His name is Sheck Jesus.
That's fucking
retarded. Oh, okay. I know about that dude.
I know about him. Smash Xbox post and DM me the video and your address, and I'm going to send you a brand new PS4. #Smashbox. Now listen to this. Listen to this. 2,170 likes. 667 retweets. This is a serious trend. You know, if I was Phil Spencer, if I was Rod Ferguson, I probably would be kicking myself right now trying to be look, Adam, you just said it. After Stranger Things said it, that they were gonna take cigarettes out, why Microsoft had to copy? Nobody really even made that much of a deal with Stranger Things, bro. Nobody made a big deal about it.
They just did it in an article form, but it was like
but this guy he had to make all these excuses.
This came out after the fucking season 3. They didn't do it prep before, like
exactly. And I don't think we should have talked about not having cigarettes in
the best, man. It's a sense of it's think of it as like, you know, when Captain Marvel came out and the Brie Larson thing popped up with the interviews and shit like that. That's how I feel like with this. It's just basically trying to generate some sort of friction or publicity on social media to be like, okay, cool. And in some sense, like, I mean, you can vouch for if this is a bad thing with the Smash Xboxes, or if it's a good thing on the basis of what they're trying to promote. I don't know, like, honestly. But in my eyes, I'm just like, listen, you're a game dev, right? The thing that you should be focusing on is completing your game other than going on social media all the time and doing this shit. Like, you're trying to win brownie points for that. No, I'm sorry.
Is they giving a reason why They said they have no
did.
smoking.
Okay, no.
They
They didn't really give a real reason. The guy gave his personal reason. That was Rod Ferguson.
No. There's a reason behind it. It's to do with the esports.
I'm not saying there's a reason, Adam. But then Rod Ferguson went after the official announcement. He went and added insult to injury and said, "Oh well, my father smoked, and
we spoke about this yesterday.
Then he died, and I was 4 years old."
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, look, I'm not saying people don't die from a heart attack due to smoking. I'm just saying
you don't die from it if you fucking smoke a cigarette there and then.
Yeah, you got to smoke for a long time. So I told the guy, well,
it could be anything.
If cigarettes kill you and guns kill you, you should take guns out of Gears of War too, because they kill you fast.
Hey, that's a great. Wow, that was great. That was great right there. What you said, that need to be on a fucking T-shirt right there.
Guns kill you.
No, that's the truth. Yeah, that's
kill a kid faster than a cigarette.
Wrong. I mean, but then again, you wouldn't do that, would you? Because
that's the whole point of your game.
I think I talked about this yesterday as well, Jay. Like when I said I think during the point, I mentioned about rating systems within film and games. I feel like more and more every year that they become less of a thing.
Before you say what you're about to say, let me add this in there. He did confirm. Some of his tweets. He confirmed that smoking was never in this Gears anyway. So
yes.
Why would they? What?
There's never been a character in Gears that smoked, and it's like, so why?
I was just about to ask the same fucking thing. Like, what the
was never actually in this Gears anyway. There was never any smoking in the game at all.
No, that's in the series. Like no character smoked.
Exactly. So why talk about it?
Why do this?
That's the point, Jay. We're trying to put forward. It's like, if that's the case, why are you coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, we're not putting smoking in the game," when you already have never done it? And there's also the sense of it kind of worked counter to this whole your Xbox thing. It's like technically it doesn't matter because like they've never had people smoking. This the stupid shit. It's about smoking in a fucking a fictional character smoking in a video game, and this is a reaction. I'm like, people are either really fucking retarded, or it's just a sense of people just don't understand. Well, I would just say like studios don't know what to concentrate on, or specifically them, because. Like I said, I'm a bit sketched about this game now because the single player, they're not showing off until 2 days before the release. That's putting major sketch on me if I want to play that game.
This is one thing I want to say, man.
God.
I said it to you yesterday. This was the game that was not supposed to be touched by these type of political
you need that on that game, bro. When you're heading into...
the whole thing.
You're heading into
when you bring politics into gaming, it hurts the game. Period.
Yeah, and it turns people off. It turns them off.
You're heading into the final 2 months of your development. Well, not even 2 months now. It's like a month and 3 weeks or 2 weeks, and you want to drop this shit.
All you need to do is, like Adam said, make sure your game is done. Put it out. Let society and let the game.
I want to let you know right now. We all know that most rappers now, you know, I'm not being racist against my own kind, but we all know most rappers they rap about money, women, and what? Drugs, right? When you say that there will not be any but listen, if you say that there's not going to be any depiction of smoking, you're not specifically talking about cigarettes.
Well, we mentioned yesterday, Jay. We mentioned this fucking yesterday, bro.
Smoking weed, that could be smoking anything. And there's a lot of people that have Xboxes that smoke. That's an attack on them personally.
And let me just put this forward as well, because I've touched on it, right? When I mean the rating system to games and films is becoming less and less of a fucking importance, right? Because when it comes down to it, if I see an 18 rated game or a mature rated game or M, right, I'm expecting blood, gore, violence, sexual nudity, smoking, alcohol, whatever, right? That should be the case of that rating, allowing you to put that shit in your game. Me and McNeil talk about consistently, right? Modern Warfare, the new Modern Warfare. If it's going to have controversy, whether it's like a kid stabbing someone, then put an 18 rated fucking point on it, right? To make sure that you don't get some bullshit backlash from people saying, oh, you know, my kids play this game. Yeah, because it's an 18. Did you not look at it? It's like,
hey, hold on. Spartan, I didn't know you wanted an invite. If you want to get in here, I can send you an invite. Let me know if you still watching.
Like,
Spartan wanted to get in here.
It's weird how like the rating system just doesn't matter anymore, because people are like, oh, but that, like, you know, that's the reason for a rating system, so you can add this stuff into your games and films or even music, and be like, okay, whoever buys this as a parent knows what they're getting themselves into if they're buying it for their kid. Yeah. Simple as.
And you know what? I look at this. This is Microsoft's third generation, right, in gaming, right? It was the Xbox, then the 360. Yeah, this is their third iteration in the gaming.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
This is the generation for Microsoft. They've been fucking up this whole generation.
Yeah, bro.
All of their decisions have been very poor, and like, I'm not saying that Phil is doing a bad job. I'm just saying any one of us could have did Phil's job, because all Phil did was turn around and do what they planned, whatever they planned to do for the Xbox One. All they did was reverse it. So anybody could have did. He did.
This is what I want to say also, bro. I think we all know the importance of games. We know the importance of exclusives. Let's just say as example. This is an example. Dreams has Mario. If Sony started to advertise on TV and the internet that you don't need a Nintendo Switch to play Mario, because in Dreams you can create Mario as well as any other Nintendo game if you're good enough, that would make more people want to go and get Mario. Get Dreams, the PS4. So that would take your fucking exclusivity as far as being the only place you can play Mario away. That would hurt Nintendo. So, so Microsoft going out about 2 or more years ago and saying we're putting games on PC with Windows Store, and then this year they coming out and say, oh well, we're gonna put all our fucking games that was on the Windows Store, we're just putting it on PC. That there's no, Microsoft, they own the Windows Store, so it's still a Microsoft exclusive. Well, it's not a Microsoft exclusive anymore because they don't own Steam. Yeah. That means Gears of War, Halo, you name it, is a multiplat, a true blue multiplat. There's no real reason to own an Xbox One. Microsoft made that decision. If they were tricked in to doing that by the PC begging community, that's still on them. They've been in the gaming industry for a long time. They understand the power of exclusives. And for them to give it away to the one community that didn't really give a fuck about them in the first place is sad. You said fuck you to the hardcore Xbox gaming community that's been supporting you for going on 3 generations now. Actually, 3 generations now. You said, fuck you. Let's let's put it over on PC. Now, if you were wondering why their sales were low, it's because they weren't making good games. People want to buy your new games if your old games were good. Your first fucking exclusives, so-called exclusives, were actually bad. Killer Instinct was like a pay-to-play type of beta bullshit where you had to buy all the characters. Dead Rising 3 was fucking horrible. Sunset Overdrive should have had better resolution, but still, for
Dead Rising 3 wasn't a bad thing for them, if I'm being honest. I think that was one of my favorite. That was one of my favorite games as a launch title for Xbox One.
No,
if
but
I had to get an Xbox,
that shit was in 720p. That's why it was bad. It pointed out the power difference between.
That was a big problem though for them, wasn't it? At the beginning.
Yeah, that was in the beginning. That's why that game was bad. Oh, I don't think the game itself was bad, but the fact that it was doing 720p when we just got out of a 720p.
Dead Rising 4 was bad. Of course it was, because
Dead Rising 4 was just all out bad. Nobody really wanted that.
Yeah, everyone agrees with that. You have to get the DLC to finish the fucking game.
Hey, I know a lot of people didn't like this game, but it's only one game that I brought because basically everything that comes out, especially if it's exclusive, I buy all the exclusives. I don't care what platform is on. And the only game that I bought I bought all their games. The only game that I thought that was semi good was Gears 4. And I know a lot of people didn't like that game, but that was the only game that I bought for them that was exclusive that I seen them put some type of effort in. Everything else was just shitty. Wait a minute, I'll take that back. Sunset Overdrive, because I'm a big fan of that studio. I'm a big fan.
Just about to say Sunset Overdrive.
Sunset Overdrive was pretty good. That was pretty good. I liked it. I loved Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah,
but everything else was shitty.
That was the game that they really needed to point out that we're gonna take chances. But the fact of the matter is the fanboys weren't on the same page. They didn't give a fuck.
No, because that was a Sony game through and through. Sunset Overdrive is a Sony game through and through.
I feel sorry
I don't care what nobody say. That's a Sony game right there.
The one thing I feel sorry about Sunset Overdrive with is the factor of, because of the low numbers of the low number of units of Xbox, but then also like the player base that might even want to play that game, it kind of it was a massive fucking crutch for that game to sell. It was huge. And it kind of annoyed me because, I mean, listen, it ain't Xbox's right. It kind of is, maybe. But not completely. And, if that game, I've always said it, if that game was to somehow make its way onto PlayStation, just some way.
That game, that game would shine.
Very easy.
Yes, it would. That's why I say it's a PlayStation game through and through, man. I think the people that the Xbox lovers, man, the people that love their game, they only love first-person shooter games, man.
Shooters and racing games.
Yeah, that's it. That's all they care about over there. And I think Microsoft tried to make an attempt to give them something different, and they couldn't even recognize different. I think Xbox gamers are so fucking stubborn that they didn't even want different, but they keep asking them to bring the games like Sony bringing them, but they so fucking
that was a
stubborn.
Whole last generation.
Yeah, they wouldn't recognize a good game if they had it in their hands. And I think the marketing of that game was poor too. They did some poor marketing on that game, and that's Microsoft's fault. That wasn't the studio's fault. That was Microsoft's fault. They should have did better promotion for that game.
Because I remember when that game came out, I went to Eurogamer London. This is like the gaming expo in London, England. And I went to first game that I went to go and play when it came to going to the Xbox booth or the Xbox area was Sunset Overdrive. I was looking forward to it. I waited in line for probably 40 minutes, 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I played it. Thoroughly enjoyed the game. Played with some random people because it was a co-op game. Played LAN pretty much.
Yeah.
And I actually spoke to a couple of devs who made this game, and I said, I spoke about the game bits and bobs. And one of the things that I mentioned afterwards, which wasn't regarding the game, was how was the partnership between you and Microsoft with this game? And they said, they were honest with me. They said, well, we don't know much because obviously we're just guys that make the game, but we think they actually in the way I'm saying we think it is going well. It's okay, all right, cool. And it kind of put that. If I heard that as a game, which I did, I'll be that doesn't sound good because you going, it's okay, it's going well, But then again, they don't know, so it kind of.
This is before you continue to ramble at that wall over there, Adam. I wanted to point out.
Are we still on the smoking subject, by the way? We're off that.
No, we're done. We're done. We're moving. We're gonna stay on Gears, but we're moving away from smoking. We're gonna we're just a little bit longer.
It's not the fucking game.
Pointing out the fact that we have not saw a lot about the single player gameplay. I want to also talk
until the last.
Yeah,
2 days before the
launch. Xbox community has been saying that they saw more gameplay from Gears than Death Stranding, but that's false. There was 2 8-minute gameplay videos, one last year, one this year for Death Stranding, and then there was one in between with Troy Baker, and then there was another bit of gameplay from Japan where he fought an octopus creature. And as right here, Adam, that book bag is not always big and bulky. That's like a.
I'm just saying though, like it depends on how they're saying it. If they're saying like gameplay overall, meaning on stage and off stage, I will agree with them on the Gears of War thing, because technically Gears of War has shown more, and obviously this is to do with the new Mayhem mode and the online.
Oh yeah. But it looks like shit.
If it's on stage or like
single player player, that's what. No,
Stranding got that shit beat.
Yeah, Death Stranding got it.
All they did was show a CG trailer. In that one, and last year they showed a little bit of gameplay in that.
Kojima has been showing more in game for Death Stranding than for Gears of War 5. Almost every
again, like I don't know
social media.
When it comes to this, bro. Even though Kojima, he's a big name and he knows he's a big guy within the industry, he still in his head feels like he has to prove himself, and he's not wrong to think that, because he actually still has to. Like you can't be sloppy. Like he knows, right, that like he lost his team with Konami. He rebuilt his team with fucking with PlayStation being the guys that are giving the money. And then it comes down to the sense of like this game. Again, if you were to come to me and say to me, what is Death Stranding? I can't tell you, because that is what Kojima games have always been about. You don't physically know the ins and outs of his game, because there's always something in there that completely knocks your whole predictions off. And that's the thing I like about Kojima, but it's also the sense when it comes to him demonstrating those little screenshots every day about his game, that he's basically saying to you, it's being made, it's in the final few months of being production. And again, those people, when they announced the release date for this game, were fucking very surprised that it was this year.
And you want to know what's funny? His game comes out in November, their game comes out in September, and they're showing less fucking less gameplay.
They're being more enclosed in where they're showing their stuff.
Either their story is shit or their story is short. Either one. That's the only other reason why you would be hiding the gameplay to this degree. Like it's either too short.
No, you should be.
And the gameplay they showed is not no campaign. Is that any of that campaign gameplay? Because I don't think none of that is campaign gameplay they showed.
I was multiplayer.
I will say this, big man. The only bit of campaign gameplay that you got was probably last year at E3 when they showed the fucking trailer. With Kate.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Like at this point, because obviously, like I said, you're a month and a few weeks, right? 2 weeks before this game comes out. This is the point in time where you're probably gonna announce that you're gone gold in August, right? You should be basically starting to spin up the cylinders of advertisement, because again, this is the game of their exclusive game for this end of this year.
Hey, Big Money, you got a cup like that?
You got a who?
I have a cup like that, the one I'm showing on screen.
I don't even see it, man, because I'm trying to do like 13 different things.
Well, that's illegal. You need those.
Again. Like this is a point in time.
Oh, you talking about that chalice right there?
Yeah, the chalice.
No, I don't have it. That got cat milk in it.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, but like this is the time when you have to start spinning up advertising for this game.
Exactly. And a lot of people are talking about that, Adam, that there has been absolutely no advertisement whatsoever.
And the funny thing is, I'm not the only one. I've seen Xbox people on Twitter talk about the same thing that I've just said. They need to fucking pump advertising for this game, because it's the only game you've got this year.
A little bit wild. You think that's definitely going to be a PS5 game? The game called Wild.
You know what? At this point, I don't know what's going on with that game. I would love if they say something about that.
But I do want to know more about this.
I'll be back in a bit.
Yeah, because it was real interesting. But remember, the guy that's working on this is the same guy that's working on Beyond Good and Evil 2. So they had to wait a minute. They trying to put that out first, and then he's getting back to this game. So I guess they got, one of those things where they got two teams working on, because the main guy that's working on Good and Evil 2 is the guy that's doing this game. So I remember them saying that they had to chill out from this game fully so they can hurry up and get that game ready so it can come out. I don't know when the release is for Beyond Good and Evil 2, but that's what they're working on. Because that is really a shaman. Like, that's something different. You playing as a shaman where you can command all different type of animals.
Yeah, bro. There was like the first video we saw, then we saw a more enhanced video where he was talking like to a snake lady. I was so hyped. Now, this green logo right here is brand new. This was a logo produced last year, official brand new wild logo. And it made me believe that they might try to start talking about this shit again. I would love for them to get on page because, you know, you already have Concrete Genie coming out, and that was a game in development for a long time as well. So I would hope that they start talking about Wild, but I'm scrolling down because I'm trying to get to a fucking image. We got some news.
If they do that, they need to hurry up. Now I'm talking about PS4. If they gonna bring that out for PS4, it's a very good possibility it could come out for the PS5. But if they do that for the PS4, they need to hurry up and do that because I'm thinking come next year, we have nothing but PS5, PS5, PS5. I think at the beginning of 2020, there's nothing but going to be PS5 coming out of Sony.
Yeah. That's what I think. I think that they're gonna have a PlayStation experience this year and they're gonna reveal it because Microsoft can't catch them at the end of the year. Microsoft.
Oh hell no! I don't think Microsoft can catch them at all, man.
He did it was this gen where they revealed the PS3 information. They showed the controller, they showed the camera, they showed some tech demos, but Microsoft couldn't catch them. The best they could do is have a week early event for E3 to talk about the Xbox One, and then they fucked up. So Microsoft is on a schedule where they're restricted to E3. They can't just drop at a drop of a dime, have an event and everybody watch. They know more people care about PlayStation than the people that care about them. Oh, also, I wanted to get this information out. Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation 2 was only on the PS4 when it was in Japan. I played it a couple times. I think I had some gameplay up. It is coming to the United States and the UK. It's coming west this year. This is another PS4 exclusive. When Bandai Namco showed it off, the English gameplay for this title, they did not show any other platform. This was not shown off by PlayStation. This was shown off by Bandai Namco, and they are saying it's only going to be on PS4. This is another big win for PlayStation. We have more exclusives coming out later on throughout the year, getting announced later on throughout the year that most people believed in the beginning of the year. That puts us at a high advantage over Xbox.
Yeah,
we just have more games. Got more games. So if you like Gundam, and I know there's a new Gundam anime coming out for Adult Swim on Cartoon Network, and it looks dope. It's going to be showing the beginning. Is a remake of the beginning of the Gundam, how the wars start, and it's awesome, bro. It starts on Earth, and then it slowly gets to the part where they made the Gundams that could go into outer space. And I'm on board to revisit Gundam. One of the Gundams that I did finish was Gundam Destiny, Mobile Suit Gundam Destiny, which was amazing. I used to watch all those episodes.
I never played a Gundam game. I never played one, man.
And then they're fucking awesome. You know, it's kind of like
I need to try one of them out.
So also, guys, I wanted to show this off. I'm gonna be doing a Mario Dreams episode tomorrow. Please support me, okay, guys? The people in Dreams are getting to the level of creation and detail that would match a game that you would think they'd be on Xbox or on Nintendo Switch. It's just their attention to detail is just crazy. It really is just all out fucking crazy. I don't know how to explain it except for it amazes me every time I get back on Dreams, you know. And I don't know if you guys know Jet Big Boss. He's heading off. He's been with us for a while. Jet Big Boss. He used to do a lot of YouTube videos. He came in, he popped in. You know, I didn't notice because he changed his PSN name. He's Japan, and he got us some information the Eternal Sonata, a Japanese RPG that launched on the Xbox 360. The following year ended up going to the PS3 in the United States, is getting a PS4 remaster. Eternal Sonata is a game by Namco Bandai. So Namco Bandai, Ni no Kuni is going to the Switch, PC, and PS4, and then Namco Bandai talks about Gundam, which is coming to PS4, and it's July, and they announced, oh yeah, by the way, the Gundam that was on in Japan on the PS4, yeah, we're bringing it to the PS4 this year, and they announced it after E3. Anything's possible when you're talking about Namco Bandai. If they want to bring a game over to you, they will bring it over to you. It doesn't really matter how late in the season it is.
Yeah, they've been making a lot of moves lately. They've been making a lot of moves.
And from what I'm hearing, this is a game I shared. Again, I post a lot on Twitter, but if I'm not posting videos, I'm on Twitter. You guys, my name is JaytechTV on Twitter. Follow me. Trust me. Got a big surprise as far as related to Crap Gamer in a little bit. Project Awakening is a game I thought they were going to push back for a launch title on PS5. I was hearing rumors that would happen. They're saying that it's still coming to PS4, which means it's going to be a cross-gen title.
Yeah, that's a cross-gen.
When you buy a PS5, let me just tell you now, don't be mad that they don't have PS5 specific launch titles. We all wanted backwards compatibility, right? The Xbox fans want it. The Nintendo fans tease PlayStation about not having it. The PC community teases PlayStation about not having it. So when we get backwards compatibility, you need to understand they don't have to make PS5 specific games, because we still have a PS4 library that's still being supported that will be available to play on the PS5 in a higher resolution. So don't be mad that you don't have PS5 launch titles when you know there's still other games on a PS4 that you can play on a PS5.
Don't you think they should have at least one so people can see you can show off the power of the PS5?
I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm saying they should, but don't be mad if it's not like 10.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
PS5 exclusive games that's only for the PS5. You got to remember that. Like, remember, we got Last of Us coming out in the beginning of next year. We got Ghost of Tsushima supposed to come out towards the middle of next year sometime, maybe around the time of Days Gone. So that'll be April, maybe May. PS5 will come out in November of that year. So let's say you still haven't gotten a PlayStation 4 by the early part of next year for The Last of Us, or the end of this year for Death Stranding, and you still don't want to get a PS4, and PS5 is creeping up on us, and you want to wait for the PS5, but then there's a lot of games you never played on a PS4. That's what I'm talking about. Those type of people, those type of scenarios. That you never got a PS4 this gen for whatever stupid reason you can name, but you want to get a PS5, and there's games you didn't play, but you can play them on a PS5. Those people, and
you know what's so scary about that, Jay? Like, a lot of people, it's not set in stone, but I think because I predicted some crazy shit saying that it was gonna come out this year, 2019. Of course, I'm wrong. All the motherfuckers that said that I was crazy. Yeah, I was crazy as hell. I was crazy as hell. But I'm 90% sure now that it's gonna come out 2020 November, somewhere in November 2020. The thing about that is, check this out, Jay. The thing about that is, I'm pretty sure when Kojima game come out, man, I will be pretty. What's the word I'm looking for? I wouldn't be upset, but I think I would be like, I'd be wondering what's going on if Kojima games comes out and Sony don't announce that they hit 100 million. That game has to bring them to 100 million. Let me
open up another page, because I wanted to hit on this. I've been saying that July was the month. I thought it was going to be June, but I was like, okay, well, they're not going to E3, so maybe they don't want to try to take anybody's thunder, so they did. But you got the rest of this month. You know, you could the middle of the month is tomorrow, and that's when they're having their conference, bro. Anything's possible. It's a Monday. They could start out the week saying we got to 100 million at their fucking own conference in their own country. They could start it out. Anything's possible tomorrow. Then you have the whole thing about The Last of Us, which will bump the sales of just getting a confirmed release date. I wanted to talk about the Nintendo Switch.
But see, them the things that scare me about big AAA games like that coming so late in the year.
Yeah,
because remember,
coming out in November is perfect for a game like Death Stranding because the fan base, the Metal Gear Solid fan base is huge. People wanted to know what you can play from Kojima. They don't like Konami anymore. Kojima's doing his own thing. You will be amazed how much that's going to sell. The software alone, but not only that, the fucking hardware from the people that still don't have a PS4. And it's coming out in November before Christmas. It'll be a great Christmas gift for more mature gamers. You know, get a PS4 and get Death Stranding. I already pre-ordered Death Stranding. I wasn't waiting. I said, fuck it. Yeah. I'm ready. But I don't see it as a bad thing. You got to remember, man, the way Sony's doing it this year, this is the last year of the last full year of this generation. They had Death Stranding. What else did we get this year? Hold on, let me go look back.
We get Medieval this year.
We got Medieval, we got Death Stranding, we got Dreams. We had Judgment. We also have games that did much better on PlayStation, and we're talking about Mortal Kombat 11, Crash Team Racing, Nitro Fueled. Kingdom Hearts 3. We already know that did better. The announcement of the remake release date for Final Fantasy 7, which boosted a lot of numbers for knowing people you need to have a PS4 in order to play that. The fact of the matter that the people that said Persona 5 was going to come to the Switch ended up having their dreams crashed. So you know that the only place you can buy Persona 5 is on a PS4. So you probably ended up having to get a PS4 for that. You see what else we got.
If you think about it, man, like
it was a slow year.
I'm sorry, what you say?
It was a slow year. Don't get me wrong. We didn't have like the biggest bangers, but we do got games that are gonna keep pushing the system.
Yeah, I know that it's because I was thinking to myself, like, if I'm a person that don't have a PS4 and I want to get me a PS4 and I want to get one now, right? And I'm looking at the price. I'm saying to myself, okay, it's late in the generation. I know personally, well, I ain't gonna say personally. I'm pretty sure the PS5 is gonna come out November of next year. What game would make me want to spend $350 on a system, and then I know in about 6-7 months after that, I'm gonna be spending at least close to $400 or $500.
This way. When Final Fantasy Remake comes out, and let's say March, right? And then you have Last of Us coming out sometime in the beginning of the year. Do you really think a lot of people want to wait until November to play those games? That's the thing.
You got me. You got me on that. But that is, if you think about it, that's a really big dilemma right there, man.
Look, this is all I'm saying. If you already have a PS4, don't buy another PS4. Just wait till the PS4.
I'm just talking about the people that
the people that don't have it are going to be a very confusing demographic. We don't know if they're going to buy a PS4 this year. We don't know if they say we're going to wait and just buy a PS5 next year and get a Nintendo Switch Lite, which we're going to segue into real quick because that's going to be very competitive. If you like Nintendo, you might get one. I've tried to memorize the library that they have right now. There's not a lot of hardcore mature games. The graphics are not that good. There's a handheld only model, but it's $200. This takes the place of the 3DS. Parents are going to buy a $200 Nintendo Switch for the 3DS. And yes, this is going to bite into the PS4. The reason being is because you can carry it anywhere. You have these fun, colorful family games. You don't got to worry about your kid anymore. And it's going to hurt.
You know what?
It's going to hurt because They're saying this is considered a console. The MPD is going to track this as a console.
Oh yeah, man. I can see Nintendo taking the next 4 or 5 months, man. It's all Nintendo.
It's all Nintendo. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's been Nintendo for all the majority of this year. But you got to remember, PlayStation's been focused on PS5. I expect to see familiar faces. They know they have to start out next gen with familiar faces. Yes, I would love it to be PlayStation All-Stars. But if not that, start out with some familiar faces. Maybe have a new Sly Cooper. I know that Insomniac is working on a Ratchet and Clank. Might start off with that next gen. Guerrilla Games has been quiet. They haven't worked on anything since Horizon Zero Dawn. Yes, a good amount of the members of Guerrilla Games has been working on Death Stranding with Kojima to try to get it out on time. But, they're still quiet over there. We still got Ghost of Tsushima in the works. We got Naughty Dog, which is basically finished with The Last of Us, probably working on whatever they go work on next. God of War just came out last year. I know that they're hiring for jobs, but there's another section of PlayStation studios that we don't talk about, and sometimes I can't fucking remember, that we shouldn't ignore. And they might be putting something out. Wild might be a PS5 launch title. Because I saw
let's not forget about Blue Point, the game Blue Point.
Exactly, Blue Point. This is the type of thing. They have so many different studios. Sometimes I can't remember. Blue Point hasn't talked about whatever the fuck they're making in a long time, man.
God. Yeah, I was thinking they have to. Where do you think that's going to be presented at? Do you think that's going to be like a PlayStation? What's the name of that thing that they do every other month that we talk about every now and then?
State of Play.
Yeah, the State of Play. You think that's going to be presented at State of
Play? After the last State of Play, they said we will be back in a few months. So I'm expecting the State of Play to pick up around September or October. That's what I expect.
Yeah, I can see that. So they have to talk about, because I think that's the only game left that because we know pretty much about every other game. We know when the games that's supposed to come out this year, that's coming out this year. We know about the games that we've been hearing rumors about, but we have heard nothing about Blue Point. Nothing at all. They have not even
we've heard rumors that we're going to do a brand new game. We've heard rumors they're going to do the remaster to Bloodborne. Demon Souls. There's been a lot of rumors coming out, but nobody knows. And I think I might be following them on Twitter, but they don't talk. That's the one thing I got to say I love about Kojima. Like, he always posting pictures of Death Stranding.
Yeah.
We know this motherfucker. We know what he's working on, right? There's no real secrets with Kojima anymore. I wish more developers were like that. Because
they give you so much information, but the game is still so mysterious. Exactly. The game is still mysterious.
And it's like when we don't have developers like that, then you got me and you and Adam and Sam and you got Boca Loca. We up here just wondering what the fuck are they doing? And it'd be months, man. It'd just be months of us wondering, what are they doing? What are they working on? Sony understands that they can't just make us wait a couple more months until September or even October for a State of Play. They have to share what they're working on now.
Yeah.
And what that means is this is what they're going to do with the conference. So we're going to segue over to the conference real quick. We're going to try to get that shit up. PlayStation.
Yeah, wait a minute. Where is Sam? Sam, you in there?
I don't know.
He might be doing something.
Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about since we're all here. If you're on the East Coast time, that's the only time that I know right now. If you're on the East Coast time at 10 o'clock tonight, the festival is going to start in Japan, which is be 11 o'clock in the morning over there. So 10 o'clock in the evening over here on the East Coast is 11 o'clock in the morning over there. They're supposed to have some big festival. They're going to have, from this layout, It's going to be a good amount of seats, not as like a shitload of a lot, but it's a good amount of seats. They're going to be like people sitting there and talking there. It's going to be televised, and it seems like a live state of play. It's not just you see the designs and the games and you hear the robotic lady talking. No, they're doing this shit live, and they're calling it the PlayStation something Tokyo 2019. So it's like they're about to show off some shit, right? So this is what they're calling it: PlayStation Tokyo 2019. They have yellow PlayStation symbols and blue PlayStation symbols. I guess it could be related to a celebration or maybe a fireworks. So also, of course, PlayStation Plus. That's the only other time they use yellow.
Yeah.
But then they also have this. This is a banner that they have for the Tokyo event. This banner, Big Money. When they show the stars, that's a representation of when they about to make a big announcement. They've been using this star type of system ever since the PlayStation or the PlayStation E3 events of this year. Of this gen. And then we also see the stars in the sky for the PlayStation experience. So for them to do this again, and it means we're going to get something big. And by the way, this is the first time I saw this. I just looked this up right now. I've been seeing all these other logos, but I never saw the star one. And then again, this is what I'm talking about. This is a new image, right? This is a new image, and they're saying PlayStation presents live show Tokyo 2019, right? July 15th, 2019, 11 o'clock in the morning. That's when they're going to start it. Then they have these other times when they're going to start other stuff. There's something related to esports. I know that Monster Hunter is going to be present. I know that Ape Escape is going to be present. But they have other times here for other things. I'm just saying, from 10 o'clock at night over here to the early hours of the morning over here, there's going to be a lot of news coming out of Japan. Again, they were not showing this star system. We didn't start seeing the star logo design until just now when I looked it up. And it seems like this shit was posted in the last. This one was posted a day ago, and this one was posted 2 days ago.
Is this a first time event, or did they do this last year?
This is taking the place of the Tokyo Game Show, because Sony's not going to these events. They're going to do their own shit. They're not going to any. They didn't go to E3, so they had one before E3. They're not going to Tokyo Games.
They're not going to Gamescom?
No, they haven't been to Gamescom in years. Yeah, they haven't been to Gamescom in years.
They're not going to what's that other one? Paris Games Week. They're not going to that, right?
Nope.
Okay.
They're not going to PAX. Now, individual developers that make games for PlayStation, maybe timed exclusive developers, maybe second party developers, they might be going to some of these events. We don't know.
Yeah.
But as far as PlayStation, they ain't going there, and they don't have any announcements planned. But this right here, this is big because it is a big event. It's an official PlayStation event because they're using the star system, and we still don't know what the fuck they're gonna talk about. We could have some major heavy hitters, and the reason why I'm excited about it, the reason why I think everybody should be focused on it, this is an event that happens on a Monday. You're starting out the week with news, so I expect big things to happen from this event. And again,
that's a great point. That is a great point right there, Jay.
That's an official PlayStation a symbol right there that lets the gamers know, oh yeah, some big shit about to go down. They don't even use the star system on the state of play. They use the blue shit. You see what I'm saying? They don't use the star system on everything. They use the star system when there's big announcements. PlayStation Experience, PlayStation E3, and now the Tokyo show. So this is some big stuff. I want to go over this stuff real quick. So we're gonna open up some pages. See what we can find out. So we got the times. That's the good thing, because one of those images had the times for different events. They're gonna have some esports related, but I don't expect it to be shooting. I expect it to be
when did you learn about this? Today?
I learned about this when they started to celebrate the anniversary of Ape Escape.
Okay.
That's when it came from.
I haven't seen anybody report on this, man. I haven't seen anyone report on this.
But look, they have a link to their live show. They have a link to their live show, bro. Okay, guys, this is very important. Now we got to get this information up to you. So I'm gonna get this. We're gonna. Yeah, this shit is real. Yeah, bro. In 6 hours, this event's going down. Big Money, you could be up tonight, or you?
Oh yeah. I'm
gonna be we're gonna probably watch this shit, because they're not talking about the whole day. Yeah, the whole day they're gonna show shit, but they're also talking about what the fuck, bro. This shit starts in fucking 6 hours. Sony is the only person I know could say, fuck you guys. I'm tired of what the fuck you're doing. We have to do something. What Nintendo just did with the Nintendo Switch Lite, what people did at E3. I'm not saying people has lost faith in Sony, but Sony does have to come out and reassure people, hey, motherfuckers, I'm still here.
Yeah, it almost make you think like they were waiting on Nintendo to make that announcement so they can come out with this show right here.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But this was already planned. This show was already planned. This is PlayStation Japan. This is what it is. This is the official PlayStation Japan of YouTube. 504,000 subscribers. This is the official PlayStation Japan account. This is something big. We're going to get this information to the PlayStation community. Hold on. Want to get this information to you guys.
Well, I hope whatever they show, the only thing is I just hope they don't spread themselves too thin. So when whatever show or anything they do later on in the year, they don't rehash the same thing that they show here. If they do, they show more of something like.
We got a lot of shit in Asia and Japan that we haven't got updates for. That's the thing. We got a lot of stuff.
They're probably
I got right now thinking about what we could see at the fucking event.
They'll probably.
I'm hoping it's the Blue Point thing. I really hope Blue Point is there, man, because it's time. It is time for us to see what the fuck Blue Point is working on. It gotta be time.
Yeah, and haven't Blue Point worked on a lot of no. Blue Point also worked on Uncharted, but they also worked.
You have to wait and see. I mean,
but Adam, are you looking at what I'm looking at, bro? This is an official.
Yeah.
It has a star system. You know, Sony doesn't. I was telling Big Money, Sony doesn't use the star system for any old event. They don't even use.
They don't. I mean, I was just gonna say, like, normally when they do like a Tokyo show, they normally focus on that region. But I wouldn't be, again, they could announce other things.
Yeah, well, everything they announced, they've already confirmed this, like maybe a year ago, that everything's coming to the West. They're not going to put anything exclusively in Japan anymore. If it's in Japan, it will come to the West. You know, like a lot of those China Joy titles that we saw on the China event, they're coming to the West. You know.
Hey man, a lot of Japanese games. It's become a renaissance. It's become a renaissance for JRPGs. Any type of Japanese game, it's like a renaissance. This whole generation they've been selling like crazy. Everybody is getting into those games now, and I really think it started with Persona. Everybody wanted a piece of Persona, and people were thinking like, "Damn, our Japanese game." Because I can remember like. In the 360, in the PlayStation 3, we had Japanese games, but they weren't as popular as they are now. They're really, really popular. And I think they owe that to Persona, man. Persona got a lot of people wanting to get into, and I don't even play Persona. I have never played none of the Persona games. I played a little of Persona 5, but I think Persona opened the door for a lot of people in the West getting into Japanese games. And I think that's a great thing, man, what they're doing now. A really great thing.
You know J-Dub, right? I'm gonna let him know. Yeah, I'm gonna let him know 6 hours. And I'm gonna give him the link because shit going down, bro.
That YouTube thing, is that the live stream for it?
Yeah, 6 hours.
Okay.
So in 6 hours, shit's going down. Bro, all I gotta say, man, I don't know what to say about this, man. All I do know is that something big is about to go down, and it starts out in the beginning of the week. And you gotta understand, if I was Sony, unless it was something big, I wouldn't do it in the beginning of the week, knowing that it would be smoldered by the events of Comic-Con. So unless it's big, they probably wouldn't have took this chance. They probably would have did it after Comic-Con. A lot of people need to pay attention to that. They're doing an event on a Monday, 2 days before Comic-Con begins in LA.
Yeah.
So Jay, should PlayStation fans get their hopes up, or should we keep it level? Because you don't want to put because me, like, just hearing you talk about it, I'm getting real, like, when you get that PlayStation sweat. I got that PlayStation sweat now. Like, damn, what, he really got me going now. Like, what they about to show?
Got the PlayStation sweat right now, bro. And all I'm gonna say, the more and more I'm thinking about it, is, first of all, I would have probably said, let's just go in this shit. Let's calm on down. Maybe it's not gonna be nothing. But now I'm saying, well, let's think about this, guys. They changed their design from blue to star system. See, this whole event was blue. Then they changed it to the star system. I could go to the events section right now on a PS4 and show you how many events have the star system versus the events that don't. Paris Games had the star system. E3 Showcase had the star system. The E3 from 2017 had star system. PlayStation Experience had the blue, right? That was in 2016. There was a PlayStation meeting in 2000. I don't remember when that one was. I think that was the PlayStation, the PS4 Pro. E3 2016 had Games Week had the blue, and 2015 PlayStation Experience had a navy-ish blue. But they didn't start using the star system until 2017. So when you started to see the star system, you knew how big something was about to be. That's showing the future. So they would have just kept the blue if it wasn't something big. When they started to move away from that, that's when you knew something big was about to go down, bro.
Hey Jay, you're gonna have the whole internet talk about the star system. It's the star system.
The star system. I mean, the last PlayStation Experience and the last E3 we saw, right? Didn't you see a similar star system?
No, you're right. I'm just saying that. Don't get the internet on fire now. They're gonna be like, man, hold on. JT said the star system. Now the star system about to go, baby.
All I'm gonna say, man, if this was just something like a state of play, I would not expect them to use this type of interface.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying right now, bro.
I just hope I hope it's whatever they show. Whatever they show. I hope Blue Point is in there some.
Just think of the bare minimum that I'll probably be setting my expectations on is that they focus entirely on Japanese, the Japanese market and the Japanese aspect of their company. That's my bare minimum. But if they were to go a little bit further, then we'll be talking on the stages of like we're talking about, Blue Point, maybe a big game that they want to talk about, whatever.
Because I'm thinking, if it is the remake or whatever it is that Blue Point is working on, if it's a new game, I can see them still holding out. But if it's just a rehash, a remake or something, now is the time, man, because everything else is out there. Everything else is out there. I just don't see them holding up Blue Point unless Blue Point is so far behind. It's crazy. But they've been working on that fucking game for at least 4 years. When did that?
Also, I wanted to say another thing. The other pattern I see is that the conference starts at 9:00, right? Yeah. We have E3s at 9:00. We have PlayStations at 9:00 at night in the United States, right? Well,
DJ, man, you got me doing the PlayStation sweat over here, man. You pointed on heavy, man. You giving it to me. God damn it, Jay, don't do this to me, man. Don't do this to me.
It doesn't start at 9:00 over here. It starts later, specifically because we're going about Japan time. You know? Yeah. If it wasn't in Japan, I think it would have started at 9:00, but it's starting at 10. They made sure that they had it matched up similar to when they normally start. We're still going to be awake over here. No one's going to be asleep at 10:00 over here.
So basically what you're saying, they did it at a time where the whole world would still be able to be up to watch this. Exactly. So it got to be something good. It's got to be something
big, man. It's got to be something big.
If you were a lawyer, God damn it, I will be with you right now. You would be winning the case. Winning the case.
That's why I'm not a PC port. I want to be like that.
But this came out of nowhere, man. Right here, this thing it came out of nowhere.
The celebration of Ape Escape. I've been knew about this. I knew about this for a while, man. Yeah, I think everybody knew about this shit.
You sure? I haven't heard nobody report on this, man. Or it flew under somebody's radar so low.
It was about 2-3 weeks ago, maybe two weeks or some change, maybe about 3 weeks. So about 3 weeks, we kind of figured out that they were going to do something for Ape Escape, but it ended up not being specifically for Ape Escape. You know, if they do show off a new Ape Escape, that's a big win for PlayStation, knowing that if you look at Crash Bandicoot and look at how they did good with that game, like making a remaster of a game that looked like that, I would love to see what Ape Escape looks like. I mean, Sony could really use the help of getting those type of games out.
Yeah.
I would love it.
Man, I hope y'all don't hear that crazy stuff in the background. That's people work, the plumbers and shit.
Oh, I don't hear it. I only hear my foot.
Okay.
We're going to do some other topics. I wanted to announce, guys. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be on his podcast or he's going to be on ours. But, you know, me and Crab Gamer are cool. You know, I think we've never had a beat. You know, I have a block trigger finger, and Crab Gamer does. A lot of people have been unblocked. Probably like 70,000 people have been unblocked by me. So if you've been blocked, you're probably unblocked. If you're not unblocked, you know, get in contact with me. We're about to go into the new generation. Now, if you go get blocked in 2020, you fucking probably deserved it. But in 2019, I've been unblocking a lot of people. So I'm following Crab Gamer. He's not following me, but we've talked a lot. He's fed up with Xbox. I don't think he's going to go smash his Xbox anytime soon, but he's fed up with Xbox and the broken promises from Phil. And I agree with this guy. I get on YouTube. I've been bashing Xbox for years, but it's nothing been false. You know, I don't do that false. Everything has been.
I got another one. Assassinate.
Yeah.
Okay, so so this I wanted to go over this tweet that he said 6 hours ago. And this is just really funny because he's being honest, bro. He's being brutally honest. And I know he lost a lot of followers. I know he lost a lot of subscribers for being honest with people. But he says, when you smash your Xbox One to get a free PS4 and you fire up actual Game of the Year exclusives for the first time, and then you see Jonah Hill freaking out, and that's the reaction. I mean, he knows. He knows, bro. He fucking knows. And I got to give him a lot of respect, bro. He was there. He was there for Xbox when nobody else was there, bro. I relate to this guy because I was there for PlayStation when a lot of the Crumb Side and Broken Games and Black Bond, all these guys didn't give two fucks about the PS3. They were shitting on it every other video. I was there for PlayStation. I was letting people know, hey, you got this game. Look at this gameplay, or hey, look what the PlayStation 3 can do. We got themes and shit. I was there showing people that PlayStation was way more than just a $600 paperweight, which a lot of people thought it was. It did amazing things, man. It did amazing things. And I would have never thought twice to not do that shit over again. If I had the chance to do it again, I would do it again because people deserve to know the truth, Even though other people didn't want to come around, I think people really started to come around after Uncharted 2 came out, after Demon's Souls came out in 2009. People started to come around, but it took a while. Infamous 2 was very good. I remember they had a design of Cole that people didn't like. He had like a mohawk or something. They ended up changing the design. Yeah, they changed the hair. They changed the design and made a lot of people like him again. They were doing some great things, bro. PlayStation was on their shit, especially when they got Kevin Butler for advertising.
Yeah.
Top notch. And I stuck with them from 2008 till the end in 2013. I was with PlayStation 3, and I knew it was awesome. I was not a day one adopter because I didn't have a job, and I was just out of fucking. I was out of school at that time. Just got out of school. But when I got around to getting it, man, it was awesome. It was an awesome system. So I relate to Crap Gamer on a personal level of supporting what you love, but also supporting what you love and then being let down. Although I haven't been let down by Sony yet, but he was let down tremendously this generation by Phil Spencer and Xbox. Just blindsided, putting all your games on PC, not caring if you sell the hardware because you got the services, and stupid statements like that. Like, what gamer can honestly say, I'm going to sit up there and support this shit? Nobody.
Hey man, that's why I was saying earlier about this generation for Microsoft, man. It was just one blunder after another, man. It was just one fuck up after each fuck up, and they had no guidance. And
1 second, we got our first super chat for a long time. We got my boy Raph World just donated $2. He says PS3 was great. I stood by it day one. Yeah, good shit, man.
That was a great system. It was a great system.
Yeah, my brother was the first adopter. He got it in 2006, but I had the PSP. And he had a PS3 and a PSP, and we would, I told you back in the day, me and my brother would play Monster Hunter on a PSP, even though he had a PS3. I inherited the 360 by default when he moved to PS3. And the one thing I'll tell you all the time that I loved was the demo for Crackdown 1. I think Crackdown 1 was an amazing game. It just didn't get the support that it needed because everybody wanted Halo 3. And then Fable, the first game. I played that backwards compatibility on the 360 almost every fucking day. Such an amazing game. Sad to see that we did not get a new Fable announcement at E3. That's something that they wanted instead of the bullshit that they got. I mean, it's just a complete letdown.
Man, they made a lot of mistakes. But see, they can learn from those mistakes like Sony did. Sony learned from their mistakes early on in the PlayStation 3 lifespan. They learned from them. It's I forgot who said this, but it's like 2-3 things that I think any gaming system needs. The first thing, you need games. You need exclusive games because your console, when you want somebody to buy your product, you have to have something that sets you aside from everybody else. And I am with the people that when Phil came in with the kumbaya stuff, man, this is not no kumbaya moment. It's competition. These people, Sony would love for they don't want you to make games. They don't want you to compete. You're doing exactly what
we got an announcement for this link that I put on Twitter. The design has changed.
Oh my God, Jay, here you go.
Okay, so I'm looking at this design for this event, and it has a PS4 controller, it has a Vita, it has the PlayStation symbols, it has the PS1 console, it has the PS4 console, it has the PS2 console. It also probably has a PSP up in there. It looks like it has the PlayStation Move, and it has something that looks like a cell phone or something. It has different discs. You can see it right there. I don't know, bro. I think this shit's gonna be big because you got to remember this is in Japan. This is their territory. This is on a Monday, and we know they haven't talked about anything in a long time. I don't see Sony going there and producing state of the play type of experience. I think they're gonna show off some shit. They've been
watching up there with E3 now. They're gonna have an E3.
Exactly on their own turf, doing something that Nintendo was doing, and this is something big. Guys, 10 o'clock tonight. Y'all better look out. I'm gonna be posting links. I'm gonna have the information on Twitter. I also want to let you guys know we got Discord. We've been had Discord. The PlayStation Legion is, I'm a part of Discord with the PlayStation Legion. I'm also over here on Sick Humor's Discord. But we got Discord. I just want to let everybody know. Join the Discord. If anything happens to the Google Hangouts, because YouTube is trying to get rid of Google Hangouts, that's going to impact not just me. That's going to impact the Weapon Wheel podcast, Hard Eights podcast, everybody's podcast. We're going to have to find a new home or something better. So everybody will get on Discord, okay? Just hop on over there. I'm not telling you to stop watching, but when YouTube stops the Google Hangouts, trust me, you'll be the first to know. I'll probably contact you guys on Twitter or make a YouTube video.
They don't have an official day for that?
They don't have an official date. They're just saying it's coming to an end this year. You know how fucking... I don't even know what to call them anymore. I don't know if it's Google or YouTube. I don't know, but they do some stupid stuff, man. But yeah. This seems to be a big event. This seems to be a big event. I'm not okay. Let me just say something real quick before we go to the next topic. I find it very offensive when people call me a Sony fan or Sony fanboy. I think it's the dumbest insult in the world. If I'm a Sony fan, my clothes are going to be by Sony. I'm going to have a hat from Sony. My boxers are going to be Sony. My phone and laptop are going to be by Sony. Everything that I have is going to be by Sony. I'm going to have a Sony camera. I'm going to have a Sony tablet. The only thing I have from Sony is gaming related. I have a PS4, I have a PS Vita, and my 4K TV is by Sony. Now, if there's somebody making a better 4K for a reasonable price, guess what? I'm going to be buying their TV. Simple as that.
Yeah,
just because I'm getting a good gaming experience on PlayStation, the insult that I'm just a straight Sony fan, that doesn't make sense. You can call me a PlayStation fan. You could call me a PlayStation fanboy, or you can call me a PlayStation gamer. But calling me a Sony fan means I'm a fan of everything that Sony does, and I'm not.
That's the thing. A lot of people don't realize Sony is a big conglomerate, man. They don't. A lot of people just think Sony owns PlayStation. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that they used to do phones, they do computers, they do all type of shit. They got a record company, they got a movie company. A lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah, everything. Weren't they the ones that produced Boondocks? I think they were producing Boondocks for Cartoon
Network. They got so many movies out there. They own so many. Remember, they own Spider-Man. They own Ghostbusters, man. A lot of people just don't realize that, though. They employ some of the biggest rappers.
There's also one of the prime reasons when they make when obviously Sony are bringing like an exclusive game to their to PlayStation 4, like for instance God of War, Horizon, so that one of the things that always stands out with each of the individual game is the music of the game, and they always, because Sony music is a big factor of how much revenue they get, and it's also a sense of like like big artists use Sony music, right? Like, you know, whatever they imply, you know, we get those talents such as, Bear McCarthy. We get Gustavo Santaolalla, like from Last of Us. We get numerous composers which were in Days Gone, and then also some of them which were artists along with it. That's the one thing.
There's a lot of rappers, a lot of singers. They're up under the Sony label.
Yeah,
it's a lot of them.
This is what I want to say. The guy that told me that I'm a Sony fanboy, you only have 2 subscribers. You've been on YouTube since December 4th of 2012. YouTube tells me, and I quote, "This channel doesn't have any content." So you're a troll. I'm supposed to take you seriously about knowing me from seeing how much of my content? Exactly.
Yeah, that's just people that are trying to piss you off, bro. That's all that is.
I'm not pissed off. I just want to correct people. I don't support everything Sony does. I don't buy every Sony product. I don't got money like that. You know? I'm sorry. They do very good when it comes to gaming. They've been there for me with gaming. I started with Nintendo, and I'm always talking about maybe I'm going to get a Switch, you know, but the Switch is still too much. 300 is too much for that type of technology when a PS4 Slim is too much, you know, is $300. So the Switch Lite, you're probably going to see me unbox that. That's a definite. Probably going to be day one if I can get a gray one.
I'm going to send you something, Jay, through Twitter message. I think you're going to like this. You can probably share this on your stream as well.
Oh, you gotta send it in Twitter message?
Yeah, Push Square put up Super Mario 64 physics flawlessly recreates in dreams.
Oh yes!
Oh, why you tell him that? Why you tell him that?
I know, bro. But I'm looking at it right now. It actually is really fucking good. Like I remember 64.
I've been showing off. I've been showing off.
Dreams.
Oh my God! Look at Jabari, bro.
Dreams, man, but like this is one of his things.
Bro,
like,
do you see this? Jabari got ribs and fucking curly fries. Shout out to Jabari. What the hell, bro? That shit makes me hungry. I really need to do my food and updates, man. I need to start doing that.
Yeah, when it comes to that event though, that Japanese event that we're talking about,
you send,
I think for me,
what? You send it in a message?
Yeah, Twitter message. Yeah, there you go. In front of you. When it comes to that Japanese event that's happening tonight, I'm going in there thinking about the Japanese market in which they.
That's what I'm thinking about. But look,
that's just bare minimum.
I was telling Big Money that that Gundam game, that battle Gundam game, is coming to the United States. So I don't think anything getting announced in Japan won't come to the United States. That's just what's going on. Yeah, this is the one. This is the level I've been playing, bro. Yeah, this is the one I've been playing. The one that the Mario that's been recreated. This is the best Mario in the fucking Dreams universe. He has the complete animation. He goes to sleep. You can run, you can punch, you can kick, you can do the flip, you can do the ground pound. Everything is there, man.
That's all on Reddit. Again, Reddit is a good place, man, to.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm about to go see what the comments look like. They got 95 comments.
Give me a second.
Yeah. The thing about Dreams, I always wonder when Nintendo's gonna get fed up and tell Sony to take that shit off. You know, I'm always just wondering when they're just gonna say that.
Hey, ain't that crazy? They can't do nothing about that. That's the crazy. They can't do nothing about that. Oh, that'd be so fucked up. They make a better Dreams game of Mario than an actual Mario game. That'd be so crazy.
I mean, that's the thing, bro. Like that remake to Mario 64, a lot of people actually did want a remake to that one. And it's crazy. Yeah, bro. Yeah, that shit's funny. So the guy was smart enough to not name it Mario. He spelled it different. He spelled it. Let me see what he spelled it. He spelled it Mahreo. So you can't say it's the same. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Mario. Yeah, but not, So it's funny. It's this type of stuff is like we have a fully functioning Super Mario game on the PS4 using Dreams. I mean, I just want to zoom in real quick. I'm gonna put the gameplay up on my channel, and I think I'm gonna do 1080p 60. Yeah, do a 1080p 60 of this and some other shit Mario related. Yeah, it's pretty dope. Yeah, this is dope. Yeah, this is really, really dope. Wow, that's just awesome. The resolution just went to shit on me. I gotta load that shit. I hate when that shit happens. But long story short, we that's dope. It's good that the game is getting more and more recognition. And again, the character model for Mario looks way better than the 64 model. It's a pretty dope character model, man. It's really, really good looking character model. Man, just don't know how bad graphics were until you look back on them. Yeah, but once again, I don't agree with everything Sony does, but they've been doing a much better job than the other companies this gen. Also, I wanted to talk about some very hardcore topics when it comes to Sony. Something that I don't agree with. Okay, I want to talk about that. Okay. So, Adam, get started on this topic for me. Help me out, buddy. Final Fantasy VII Remake. The developer said there's no plans to bring that game to the Xbox or any other platform.
Oh, that. Yeah, that was all done by a fucking tweet that was quickly removed and shouldn't have been done. Because we all know eventually it will come to that. It will come to the Xbox, but it's also a sense of I don't know who put that up. I think it was like was it Germany? I don't know. It was like a German.
It was the official German Xbox page.
There you go.
Official Xbox page, but it was in Germany. And,
yeah, which shouldn't have been done.
Yeah, it was really, really, really funny.
Stupid.
It was really funny.
I saw it briefly, and a lot of people like kind of funny. Easy Alliance, Inside Gaming. Those different publications talked about it, and they said that in retrospect, they all just said it's really stupid. And it was a fault. It was a mistake. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is it? A part-time exclusive?
About it, man, because the thing is, we all know it's on the Xbox.
See, that's what I want to say. One thing I don't agree with on Sony's part is that if a game's going to be exclusive, you need to lock it down permanently.
Well, yeah.
So let's say Final Fantasy VII is exclusive and has a multi-year contract for all the other parts. They only premiere on PlayStation first. And at the end of the generation, kind of like what happened this gen, then Square Enix has the ability to put all of those Final Fantasies on other platforms. But not at the end. If you're going to hold down a multi-year contract, I can agree with what you're doing as far as timed exclusivity. But timed exclusivity for 6 months, 9 months, a whole year, it's pointless. It's pointless because information is going to leak out that it's going to be on another platform. And it kind of hurts the whole facade of it being exclusive. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, we don't really need a PS4 for this. We just wait.
Yeah.
But most of the people can't wait. That's what I was telling Big Money. Once they see people playing this fucking game, they're not going to be able to wait. They're going to go for it.
Mm.
Yeah, I can see that, but I don't think that they were looking at this to sell units, though. I don't think even Sony wasn't looking at this for them to sell PS4 units, though. Not this game. I don't think this particular game they weren't looking for that.
I think the one, see, it's always the games you underestimate.
Well, I mean, I said to you,
Those are the games.
What did I say? I mentioned it to you yesterday, Jay.
Have a limited edition console either for Death Stranding or Final Fantasy VII.
Wait a minute, say that again.
A limited edition console for Final Fantasy VII Remake or Death Stranding. That would definitely put.
What's it called again, Jay? Don't forget what I talked to you about yesterday when I said about. So I wanted to talk. I wanted to ask you all the question. Which is a good side note to this, actually.
Oh shit!
So the question I asked JayTech, everybody, on if you're enjoying and watching the stream, is what would you think will define the next generational consoles? What would be the thing that would make you want to buy it? Because obviously this generation was digital gaming.
VR.
Well, for me, it was just digital gaming.
You didn't buy VR.
If you look at individual concepts of like consoles, it was that and the exclusive aspect. Then also the point of with Xbox, it was backwards compatibility and digital aspects. But next generation, is it going to be fast loading times? Is it going to be streaming? What are your thoughts on the next generational? What's going to be the thing that will make a next generational console? That's what I've been asking a few people.
That's a hard question.
It is a hard question because it might not be something that's not out there right now, and it could appear during the generation. But I've been seeing a lot of people talk about it, and for me, right now, it's the whole seamless, fast loading times. I don't think streaming's going to become a big thing or main thing until the third year into the next generation of consoles. That's when I think it's going to be a big thing.
One thing I wanted to say, Big Money, if you're looking at the live stream right here, when I went to the UK and I went to the Final Fantasy VII Remake page, that's when I saw the PlayStation exclusive logo right there. Okay. It didn't say PlayStation 4 exclusive. It said PlayStation exclusive. There's nothing about it that's exclusive. So we don't know the context outside of the game is exclusive.
Yeah.
And knowing that they used the PS4 for the whole generation to make this game, and the Pro gives them the power enough to not really need the Xbox One X, knowing that the trade-off will be it probably won't sell very well anyway. We know Final Fantasy is going to stay exclusive for a pretty long time. Sony probably paid a lot of money for it. But if it's a 1-year exclusivity, I will be disappointed because I think that's a waste of your money. You could be putting that money.
Entries in 1 year.
Oh, no, I don't expect that. I expect it to be a multi-year contract where the other ones that come later on down the line will also be exclusive. And then at the end, when all of them come out, that's the only time when they will be going multi-plat.
How long do you think it's going to take to complete this?
5 years.
This whole entry or whatever.
5 years. The whole gen. 5 years.
I'm saying, bro. So how long does this? You can just kind of Phil Spencer your way around this whole bullshit in terms of is it a timed? Is it 1 or 2 entries timed? Is it the whole thing timed?
Yeah.
We really don't know.
I think it'll be a max. It'll be a 5-year probably deal. And, you're thinking about this. This game is coming out in the beginning of 2020, right? It's not officially the launch year of the PS5 until November. So it's actually a 2021 console, if you think of it that way. So 5 years isn't bad because you're still starting out with 2020 as far as the first game, which is Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1, I guess. You got 3 more games. You can spread it across the total time span of 5 years. That's 4 years into the time, the life cycle of the PS5. Not that bad.
So you thinking that, okay, when we get the second part, the other people like Xbox and PC people going to just get the first part?
They're not. I don't believe that they're going to get the first part until they wrap up the whole thing.
Wow.
I mean, I'm going to say, by the way, with this,
that's a little bit heavy. I don't know about that one.
No, different developers have done a similar thing. Okay, prime example, that Digimon game, right, that I told you about that was going to Switch and the PC. They put both parts of that Digimon game together. They're releasing it on PC and the Nintendo Switch, guess what year it's coming out? Even though the game has already been out for like 1 year plus, guess when it's coming out? Next year. Not this year. They announced it this year in the month of July. It's coming out next year. That's why I'm saying some developers do that. They wait until they wrap up the series, then they put it on another platform. Now, I'm not 100% confirmed that Sony's going to have a multi-year contract with the Final Fantasy VII Remake, but the fact of the matter is, why not? When you know your fan base is over there, why not do that? Once you break that immersion, you're gonna fuck up your own sales. And Square Enix knows that. This is the same thing that happened with Activision with Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot, they said people wanted the game on other platforms, but it didn't sell as good as when it released for the first time on PS4. And then when all these other games came out with Crash Bandicoot Team Racing, I heard that the UK for the Nintendo Switch version got 16% of the sales the first week, but the PlayStation got like 76% of the Crash Team Racing sales. That's crazy. The Nintendo fans said they wanted those type of games. If they didn't get it, they would have begged for it. Then when they do have it, they don't support it, and that's what fucking hurts the developer. The developers listening to the wants and needs of the entire gaming community, and the gaming community from different systems are saying, well, if you put it over here, we'll buy it. But then they don't buy it. Then you hurt the developer. So did y'all hear? This was the test that they did with Final Fantasy 15. They put Final Fantasy 15 on Xbox. And we know what it did, Big Money. We know what it did. So why would they put Final Fantasy 17?
Okay, no. Look, check this out. Before you say that, Adam, look, did y'all hear? Because I could have swore I heard that they wasn't even thinking about putting this game on PC. Did y'all hear that? Because I heard that.
7? Yeah, that's a big investment. Look, you gotta think about how. Yeah,
no, it's not priority.
Yeah, PC is not a priority. They tested out the market. Square Enix tested out the Final Fantasy single player market. That game was Final Fantasy 15, the boy band Final Fantasy. They tested it out. What they did, they brought it out on the PS4 and the Xbox One at the same time, right? It was no contest. The PS4 community just shitted on the Xbox community in terms of software sales for Final Fantasy 15. Then what was it, a year or two later they put it on PC? They ain't buy that shit. It didn't even chart.
Yeah.
It didn't even chart. They never talked about the sales after they put it on PC because it didn't do good. They hacked that game, they modded that game, they pirated that game. They didn't make a profit off the PC version.
What's that?
I've heard they said they're not going to even bother putting that on PC. They're not even
I totally believe that.
Yeah, I believe that too.
I believe it too. I think that at the end of the day, once Nintendo gets their act together and they put forward a powerful system for developers, the big three will officially be back in action. But the big three is always substituted by the PC community because sometimes Nintendo ain't acting right. Sometimes Xbox ain't acting right. With Nintendo, it's not powerful. With Microsoft, that game won't sell good over there. So they have to substitute. Sometimes Nintendo is substituted by the PC community. Sometimes Xbox is substituted by the PC community because they're not there. Once they get there, hopefully both of them they do. Like maybe the Xbox community can start buying games some more. Maybe Nintendo can give the Nintendo community a more powerful system. So the big three will be console, and they won't have to try to take the gamble to rely on a PC community because it's a big gamble. When you put a AAA game on the PC, it's a huge gamble. We don't know.
That's the last thing they're thinking about.
Exactly.
Well, if we're talking about Final Fantasy VII specifically, all what we're talking about is the last thing they're thinking about. Like they are wanting to get this game out. Pretty much they're focusing on finishing the whole fucking game. Like obviously different parts. They're not even thinking about what other platforms is going on. They right now they're focusing on PlayStation right now with the platforms because that's what they're going for right now. It's the one
that's right next to the 100 million door. Why would you not put this game exclusively on a PS4? Why would you?
Because bro, like they are focusing on, because like again, we all don't know how many parts this is going to be. It sounds really like it's going to drag out for a long few years. Obviously, they've reassured people that after the first game, they're going to come out more easily because they've done the engine.
They're gonna have the engine. Yeah,
that's fine. That's great. But it is that sense of they're focusing on just releasing it on one platform first, and then after a while, they will probably then start to think about, okay, we might release on the Xbox. I feel like at anything, it'll be Xbox. PC, I don't even fucking know.
No, I don't think the PC is going to get it. And look, let's say the PC will get it, right? But it won't get it anytime soon. It'll get it at the end of the gen. Like, it'll be an afterthought. It really will.
I mean, they said, they don't know. They say the IGN article you just put up. A lot of people are asking, so wait, is this not coming to PS5 and Xbox, whatever? That's what I'm thinking. I'm wondering, like, is this actually coming to
break the immersion of the exclusivity? Okay, if once you confirm that it is going to be a version of this game that's going to release on the PS5, you break the immersion of the exclusivity deal they have for the first one. You get what I'm saying? Because then you have the question, like you said, will it come on the next generation of Xbox? Since the PS5, it'll be a different system, and they break that contract. Whatever contract Sony wrote up with Square Enix for this, they kept in mind the fact that we're right next door to the next generation. And I know they drafted an additional measure for, when it comes to the PS5, it'll be exclusive to. I don't see because remember, hold on, Big Money, because I know you're over there eating cat food. Hold on. Look. Remember the fucking contract Sony had with Square Enix and it broke because the generation changed? I'll let you know what it was. It was called Final Fantasy Versus 13. Final Fantasy Versus 13 was Final Fantasy 15. But because the game's development went into the following generation and they changed the fucking name, they were able to put the game out as a multiplat. If they did not do that, the game would have been strictly a PlayStation exclusive. But it went to another generation and they changed the fucking name. So they could break the fucking contract. That's what they did with Final Fantasy 15. Sony is not going to allow Square Enix to wiggle their way out of that shit again. They're not, bro.
Hey, look, and I'm not saying that that this is a factor, but has anybody thought about Stadia? Because
get this guy out of here.
No, whoa. I know they're not going. I'm just saying, wait a minute, we have to think about Stadia.
No, we don't.
Ain't they a partner with them? I could have swore they're one of their partners. Didn't they say they was partner with who? Square Enix. Wasn't they one of the people that was partnering with them? I'm not saying they're gonna get this particular game. I'm not saying they're gonna get 7, but I'm saying wasn't they a partner? Because when they showed all their partners, I could have swore Square Enix.
Yeah, Square Enix is a partner in terms of getting software, but not this one. They got every Final Fantasy game. Square Enix announced that every Final Fantasy game besides this one, the older ones, are all going to everybody's platform. If your system can run Final Fantasy 15, you're going to get it too. They're a third-party developer. But let's be honest, all of the Final Fantasy games that are going to everybody's platform, the specific reason they're going to everybody else's platform is because they launched as a PlayStation exclusive. Whether it was PlayStation 1, whether it was PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3, some of these games launched as PlayStation exclusives. And you don't want to forget that Sony is getting a lot of money for Square because of Final Fantasy 14, the MMO, which specifically does very well.
We're giving them money as well.
Exactly. So you got to remember, Square Enix owes Sony not just for this generation, for multiple generations. This is a thank you letter. They fucked them over with that stupid Cloud shit. Putting Cloud and fucking Smash Brothers, bro. That was, oh God, was that a big slap in the face last gen. When I saw that dude was in fucking Smash Brothers, I was like, wow, bro. You could have put him in Smash. You could have put him. Well, I'll just tell you a little bit of history before we get to this other section. They were planning on putting Lightning and PlayStation All-Stars from Final Fantasy 13. But but for whatever reason, I believe the rumor goes as followed, that some of the characters got leaked and the developers that were partnering up with PlayStation at the time was pissed off that the characters got leaked, and they pulled the contract, and they did not allow Sony to use the characters anymore. So Dart from Legend of Dragoon was supposed to be in PlayStation All-Stars, but PlayStation All-Stars wasn't selling good enough to include that character, even though they should have included him because it was their fucking character to begin with. I love PlayStation All-Stars, but the history is very sketchy. Ezio or whatever from Assassin's Creed was also confirmed to be in PlayStation All-Stars. There was a lot of good characters from third party that was going to be in PlayStation All-Stars. You already know you had the DMC version of Dante, but nobody wanted that version. I wouldn't be surprised if Dante shows up in Smash Brothers. I wouldn't be surprised if you're really thinking about that. But I wanted to talk about another topic before we get up out of here. This is a big, big topic.
That'll be about dreams or cat food. I know that.
You hold on. We don't know about that. This was a topic. Should Sony drop the price of the PS4 Slim to $200 in order to combat the Nintendo Switch Lite $200 handheld?
Yes.
When do you think that might happen?
End of this year or begin next year?
I think at PSX, that'd be a good time for them to do it at PSX.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be by the end of this year.
Yeah, but no. How about this? I was thinking about this, and now this is a little tricky. This will be the first time, but it makes sense because it's at the end of the generation. It's the last Black Friday before the new gen. How about at
Trump's
Black
America.
Friday, they announced that it's going to be $200 and that it'll stay at $200.
I don't think they're going to be able to meet the demand, though, but that'd be a good...
No, we're talking Slim, not the Pro. They have a lot of Slims. They can sell that to people. That's the one they always wanted to sell anyway. The Pros kept...
I still think that would be back ordered, too.
Huh?
That demand would be crazy.
How about you?
Remember the Spider-Man that was gone in like 3 days? They
I know,
replenish it.
Just listen. Every PS4 that's not a Pro, drop it to $200. Every type, every model that ever released, drop it to $200.
I can see that.
The generation is about to be over. Keep the PS4 Pro at 4, or maybe put that shit at $350 permanently. But if you want to sell through your stock before the PS5, this is probably one of the healthiest, smartest things you could do. Again, you don't have to do it in the middle of this year. You can do it towards the end of next year. You want to combat.
If they do that, when would they bring down the price of the Pro? In the middle of next year?
If you're dropping the price of the Slim to $200, you can drop the price of the Pro to $350. But that'll be Black Friday. I don't know if they can maintain the demand, like Sam says, to keep the Pro at $350 for the rest.
That would be gone. I mean, they're gonna do it regardless, but it's just, dude, that should be sold out for weeks.
Now, when the PS4 5 comes out next year,
because they're gonna have to get rid of all that overhead. They're gonna have to get rid of it.
Pro needs to be $300 permanently.
Yeah.
And
they
then
gotta start making move for the new system for warehouses. Because if the PS5 does come out next year, November, they gonna be in warehouses by the time next year of E3. They gonna be in warehouses, getting ready to ship. If it comes out next year, November, they gonna be in the warehouses doing E3 of next year. They have to be. Yeah, just about.
Talk about the importance of the PC port begging community. And also the power of dreams.
Oh shit.
That's it.
Okay, so we talked about Final Fantasy clearly not doing good on PC. Never has. The PC community is not a big fan of that. I think if they put Final Fantasy Tactics over there, which I'm pretty sure that is one of the multi-platform games they put on other platforms, it might do very well on PC because they like tactical games. But I also wanted to talk about Death Stranding. We are in with this one. What's your thoughts on Death Stranding's chances going to the PC, knowing that everything Kojima uses to create this game came from Sony. Whether you're talking about the monitors, or you're talking about cameras, or the microphones, everything he uses comes from Sony. What are the chances that Sony allows the game to go to PC?
0. Absolutely 0.
Adam?
Yeah. Number 3, 0.
What about you, Sam?
Very slim.
0.001%.
Yeah, I got that shit at 0% because Sony would not fucking do what they did with Kojima and let this fucking game go over. Knowing that, and then also knowing Kojima, also knowing the PC community won't buy his shit.
I was gonna say I don't think it'll sell anyway.
Yeah, because remember he did a test, even though he didn't do it intentionally. The company he worked for did that test, and that test was put Metal Gear Solid 5 on the PC, Xbox One, and PS4 at the same time, and the PS4 still came out as the winner, even over the PC and Xbox combined. That was a huge test. You figured out where your fan base was, and it wasn't.
You know what? I don't know that much about Kojima, but I can almost guarantee if he does play on PC, he probably does it so rarely. He's a console guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a console guy. I don't even see him playing on the PC. It would be so awkward to see him playing on. Only time he'd be on the PC is when he's working on his PC. Yep. That's it. He's a console guy.
Well, guys, we're about to be up out of here. We made it to 4:00. We're done our topics.
We did it.
You guys can do your outros, and we're gonna get ready for this PlayStation event. And
was this stupid event?
5 hours. We'll
Okay.
go back to it. Hold on, we gotta go. You can do your outros. We could go back and see where this shit is. Yeah, 5 hours.
I'll go last.
Okay. I'll start. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Big Money, man. Thank y'all for coming out, man. We got up to 40 people today. I seen we got up close to 40 something. That's good, man. Now we just need to stay solid. Make sure we do this. I'm glad Jay stay consistent every week. Make sure y'all come check us out every Sunday at 2:00. PlayStation Legion. Let me thank the panel and the PlayStation Legion all day long. Because, like I said, since I know these guys, they ain't did nothing but show me love and cat milk. And I love the cat milk. So,
yeah, cat milk.
In the power of dreams. I'm out of here.
We're getting a release date for that. No, state of play, baby.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up. This is no state of play. Okay.
You got Morsky.
Can go, man.
I don't think. Yeah. All right, I'll go, man. Bobo 320. Apologize for kind of unmuting myself kind of late. Had shit to do, but yeah, again, another great show. As fucking Big Money mentioned, the viewership is maintaining a consistent number for what I'm saying. So again, just guys come back every week, talk about what you want to talk about in regards to games. We answer every question if you think it's stupid. So yeah, once again, guys, take care. Thanks again for the support.
Hey, what's up, boys? Add more over here. Thank you very much all for tuning in. Thank you, Big Money, for jumping in. Also, Sam and obviously the leader of this little podcast, JayTech. Thank you for having me. We had some good topics. Hopefully, later on tonight, there are some good things that come out of this little event. It'll be nice to see some more surprises that no one really expects, because this event is pretty much under the radar for most people because it is in Japan. So yeah, hopefully it's going to be good. So yeah.
Okay, guys. I'm gonna play some Dragon Quest. I'm gonna stream on Twitch, so you can go follow me, JaytechTV HD on Twitch. That's the same name that I use for my PSN. That's JaytechTV HD. Tonight, I just had an idea. At 10:00, I'm gonna stream using the Elgato, and we're gonna watch the conference. Okay, so we're gonna try this shit again. Okay, so we're gonna watch the conference together, and that's what we're gonna do. So come back here at 10:00 East Coast time. We're gonna watch this conference. We're gonna get to the bottom of what the fuck is going on. Okay, so I'll see you guys later.
Yo.
We are out. Let me drink some fucking cat milk.
That was a great show,